We owe it all to Andy Warhol and to Anita Bryant.
Hello and welcome to the Tour Project. I'm Project Manager Eric Solomon. For this stop on the tour, navigate to 736 Ponce de Leon Avenue Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30306. This is the current site of Friends on Ponce, self-described as an unpretentious, gay watering hole with pool tables, a jukebox, free Wi-Fi, poker nights, and more. Nearby is the former site of the Redoubt in Atlanta, which was owned by Chicago businessman Jim Flint. Jim Flint opened the Baton Show Lounge at 436 North Clark Street in Chicago in 1969. He was also the owner of Annex 2, Annex 3, Redoubt, Redoubt Atlanta, and River North Travel, all familiar names in the portfolio of businesses owned by Jim Flint. Flint is perhaps best known as the founder of the Continental Pageant System, which is a network of pageants for female impersonators and the drag community. Jim Flint opened Redoubt Atlanta Baton Show South in 1982. It was only open for a few short months. As he recalls in a 2012 biography written by Tracy Baim and Owen Keenan, "I did that mainly because I always wanted to go to Atlanta," Flint said. "Everybody wanted me to have a bar there. I was close to one of the guys with the Atlanta Motorcycle Club. They didn't have a good bar to go to, so I decided to do it. Dan Adalesi wanted to manage it down there, and as good as it was, the money never seemed to be coming back here. It always seemed to be in debt. Finally, I just decided I couldn't absorb the debt anymore, so I just wrote off the losses and closed it. It was very successful for the short time it was open, a little less than a year. I had to fight a lot of the owners there who were telling people that I was part of the mob and that the syndicate was backing me. It was just bad out-of-town management, and I couldn't watch things." The Redoubt Atlanta was an old drive-in, as Lenny Molina recalls. As you entered through ground level into the Baton and then went down to the lower level, and that was the Redoubt. So it was truly a bunker or fortress in Atlanta. I remember the way it was set up in the office there. I would be sitting in the chair and could hear voices behind me because it was underground. The ventilation system and the grates were something like a block away. You'd hear these weird, muffled conversations people would be having over there. Very strange. The Redoubt lasted for less than a year in 1982. Here's Dave Hayward with more about Friends on Ponce and the Redoubt Atlanta.
All along Ponce de Leon, there's always been LGBT bars, and there were several lesbian bars that were on Ponce de Leon. And then one of the major bars was the Redoubt Bar, which is now the Friends Bar, at the corner of Ponce de Leon and I think it's Ponce de Leon Place. Yes. And they put on a performance of The Ritz in 1983 that was directed by a gay director, Chester Clark. And I was actually in the cast of that show, The Ritz, which was a Broadway play that took place in a gay bathhouse. And it was a comedy, an outrageous comedy. But there were several plays that were produced and performed there at the Redoubt.
Thank you for joining us on this stop of the Tour Project. For more information, visit tourqueeratlanta.org. That's TUOR queeratlanta.org.